Alright, what's up everybody? This is Mobs. Again, Rift Storm Legion beta. I wanted to go over a little class overview of the Harbinger, which is the new mage soul. And let me tell you, man, this class is the fucking truth. I've always played rogues in every game ever, but lately, just because of a raiding guild I joined, my main, which is my mage right here, Tokahanis, has become my main. So I'm really thrilled that the Harbinger ended up being as fucking awesome as it is, because, you know, I didn't want to have to go back to my rogue and get him geared and all that shit. Anyway, let's go on. We'll go overview of the skills, get an idea of what they are. This is not a hybrid build at all. This is a straight 51 build just to test out all the skills that I have. So let's kind of get a brief overview of what the talents offer, and then we'll go through the individual skills, check those out, and then we'll do that shit in action. So first here you got Leaf on the Wind, increases your dodge chance by 10%, and Eldritch Knowledge increases your spell power by 10%. Dodge is important. This is a melee mage. A lot of these talents actually give you dodge, and a lot of your abilities give you dodge. It almost feels like a blade dancer almost, because you get a lot of dodge specs. Next tier up, you got Blazing Light. Deals a shitload of life damage over 16 seconds and increases your dodge by 10%. This is one of your core abilities, I think, for actually doing damage, because it's a dot. So you drop that first and then do your spam key and all your other abilities. That's another thing I like to note. It seems like they've really tuned all of the abilities in beta pretty much across the board to be very macro friendly. All of their cooldowns kind of coincide with each other, so you can build a nice spam macro to just kind of ease your game. And people have mixed opinions about Rift's macro system. I do not. I love it. I've been playing MMOs since I was about 12 years old. I'm 29 now, and I'm really happy that in an MMO I can hit, my keys. I have good muscle memory, but I don't have to stare at my keys for certain rotations if I don't want to. I can enjoy the visual aspect of the game other than kind of just staring at the keys and counting the seconds to hit my next key and then counting the seconds to hit my next key. Like, I can do that rotation shit if it's really necessary. But you know what? In a game like Rift, I think they got their macro system down to a point where, like, that macro is your best rotation, and you're able to focus on the visual aspect of the game and enjoy what you're playing, other than doing a shitload of math and focusing on your hotbar. That's just a quick opinion on that. It could go forever. That fight's been going on for years. Nimble Blade increases the damage of your slashing attack by 10%. Natural Swiftness increases movement by up to 8%, I'm assuming. Next tier up, Magnetic Blade. Blade buffs increase your chance to parry attacks by 10% and the damage of your slashing attack by 5%. Next over, Piercing Beam deals life damage, increases the damage of slashing attacks to the enemy by 11% for 30 seconds. Counts as a slashing attack. Does not stack with Ice Shear, which is another mage ability. Which is from the Storm people. I forgot the name of the class. That's stupid that I did forget. Anyway, Intensity increases the damage of Piercing Beam. Gives to your slash attack by 6%. Next up, Lightning Riposte. When you dodge or parry an attack, you have 100% to deal damage based on your spell power to the attacker. That's a lot like a blade dancer.
Storm Legion. This is your
something's going on.
A new fragment
Tons of new events in the beta area too. The rifts are awesome.
Take the Cambion loci for the Storm Queen.
Raises Edge, increases the cast, reduces the cast time of your verbal slash, which is great because it's a hard hitter. Disabling Shock, just a 5-second stun, a 30-second cooldown. Definitely a PvP ability. Eldritch Power increases the cast time reduction provided by the Eldritch Armor and reduces the global cooldown of cast time abilities using the proc by 0.5 seconds. improved Blade Rush, allows you to use your Blade Rush in combat, and it gives a chance to stun for 4 seconds. The Blade Rush is awesome. It's just a gap closer. That's all it is, and using it in combat is even better. Living Charge. Charge Blade increases all damage by 5%. Planar Retreat. You jump backwards 20 meters. Very similar to the Marksman Retreat. Whatever it's called, I can't remember. Combat Master increases your damage. Condition Response. Heals you for an amount of health, and it's on a 30-second cooldown. If you get hit by a crit once again, the cooldown resets immediately and you can use it again. Like I said, this class is very about dodge and self-heals and just self-preservation in general. Insult to Injury. Crits have a 100% chance to place a shield on you for 5 seconds, absorbing 5% of your maximum health. This cannot happen more than once every 10 seconds. Another self-preservation ability, because you wear cloth, so you know shit's gonna fuck you up if you're just sitting around in cloth. Your Lucent Slash will, this is Light Nova, your Lucent Slash will refresh your active blazing light on the enemy, which is just a effect, which we'll go over, that stays on the target. You can just keep that refreshed, so you know you don't have to keep casting it. Furious Assault reduces the global cooldown generated by slashing attacks to 1 second and reduces their mana cost by 33%. Desperate Response, just an improvement on the condition responsibility, which is right here, and it just gives your condition response, I guess, up to a 30% chance to reset its cooldown when you're damaged while below 50% health. Phase Step teleports the mage behind up to 5 enemies, dealing 1500 damage basically to each. I don't know why it says 5. I guess you can only do damage to 5 enemies, but it's weird that it teleport the mage behind up to 5 enemies. Originally when I read that, it almost sounds like it's an individual port that's a single target attack on up to 5 enemies where you port around, and that would have been great, but it's not. Jagged Blades increase your damage of your Lightning Blade and your Reaper's Blade by 30%. Healing Reflex incoming damage has a chance to heal you. Blade Mark, basically 15-second, 1-minute cooldown. Every time they hit you, it damages them. And then Reaper's Blade, which is what I would think and what looks to be the real the killer app of this whole tree. You just basically summon a mystical scythe, and it's fucking cool. So that is all the talent trees. We'll go quickly over the skills. There's not that many, so we'll knock that out. And then we'll go see a little bit of gameplay. So these are your charge consumers. Charge Blade increases your slashing attack damage. Planar Shield reduces the damage of the next incoming attacks by 5% of the mage's max health. Introspection gives you your mana back. Blade Rush, that's your charge. Cooldown's 15 seconds. You basically just charge. A nice gap closer. Awesome for PvP, especially if spec'd out. It's got that 4-second stun. Blazing Light, 16-second dot, increases your dodge. That's definitely an ability that needs to be in your rotation. Lucent Slash deals it's an AoE, hits 5 enemies, and then does a small 3-second dot after it. And it's spammable, which is nice. Does not have a cooldown. Piercing Beam, just direct damage, cooldown's 4 seconds. Increases your slashing damage by 11% for 30 seconds. Storm Slash, that's your base attack. It would be at the end of your macro for your basic damage dealing macro. Storm's Fury, another one, 6-second cooldown, hits pretty hard. Basic attack, doesn't do anything special. Tempest Winds, fucking awesome. Channeled attack, you spin your weapon around your head like a helicopter, and do damage to everybody in the area. It's really cool, especially with the scythe. It just looks gnarly. Vengeful shock every time you dodge. Oh, sorry. Every time the enemy parries, dodges, deflects, or resists one of your attacks, you do 2,000 damage. Vorpal Slash does a shitload of damage, 8-second cooldown. It's like, actually it's not that much, about 1,100 damage. Additional 8-second cooldown, and then additional 1,100 over the course of 8 seconds. So it's a direct damage with a dot equaling the amount of damage that the initial hit did. Condition response, we went over that. You use it, you get hit. If you get it critted, you can use it again. It's just a heal. Essence of the Wind increases your dodge by 40%, another survivability, more dodge. Eldritch Armor increases the chance of your slashing attacks to reduce the cast time of their next ability by 2.5% and reduce the mana cost. Can't occur more than 3 seconds. Basically, it's just, you put it on and it's more of a passive bonus. You'll see the little icon pop up. I'll note when it pops up. Oh, that was fucking awesome. You get a little miniature Regulos as a pet, I guess for pre-ordering, and he's the best looking pet I've ever seen in this game. It's fucking cool. Sorry, anyway, I geek out about that shit. Lightning Blade. I don't really know the purpose of using the Lightning Blade at the higher end levels, because you have the Reaper and the Luminous Weapon to use. I just might be ignorant on its bonus. I'm sure I'll find out, but two-handed weapon, just a ill two-handed sword that comes out, and what it does, it just deals air damage, and all other attacks have a 20% chance to deal more air damage. Luminous Weapon, big ass two-handed axe. Whenever you crit, it heals you. It's nice. It's good sustainability. Reaper's Blade, this is the one to buy. Basically you summon a big ass scythe, or scythe, however you want to pronounce it, whatever your flavor is. It is literally a Reaper. It deals damage and heals you, and increases the mage's damage by 10% for 15 seconds if the enemy dies within 5 seconds of the mage damaging them. So let me read that again. Summons a deadly scythe of magical energy. Slashing attacks deal additional 170 life damage and heals the mage by 23, so it's literally a Reaper. All other damaging attacks have 20% to trigger this effect, so all other attacks have a 20% chance to heal you, basically, and deal some damage. That's awesome. And it increases your damage by 10% for 15 seconds. Blade Mark, that's the single target debuff that heals you when, or that does damage to them when they hit you. Control, that's just an interrupt. It's a distracting slash, it's just an interrupt. It just simply says interrupts. Glaring Fetters, it's a snare, it does some damage while the enemy's moving. Phantom Blades increases the range of your single target attack by 30 meters, so you can actually use all of your melee attacks at range for 30 seconds on a 30-second cooldown, so you can actually probably put that up whenever you want, which is pretty nice. That would be all of the Harbinger abilities, so let's head out for a little bit and we'll check it out. Let's see, this, so you basically just summon a weapon. It's pretty awesome. Get rid of the HUD for a second. So you just summon, and it's a two-hander, it's just a nice two-handed sword. That's your very basic weapon summon. So let's go to the Luminous Weapon. This is the one that self-heals you. Pretty cool little two-handed axe, nice little graphic. It's nice just for survivability, excuse me. And then we have the Reaper's Blade, the one that really matters, and clearly the one they put the most time in the look of. This is your main damage dealer. If you're going pure DPS on this character, this is what you will be using. As far as builds go, this character would mesh really well with the Chloro. I think it would be so awesome to just wade into the middle of the shit as a Chloro while still healing everybody. I think that's really rad. It reminds me of the Disciple from Vanguard. If anybody played that, it's probably the best healing class that's ever existed. But you know, nobody played Vanguard except for me and like 5 people. Which is a shame because you all missed out. So anyway. So let's pick a target. My boy, Princep.
Reclaim these treasures of Brevane from the demons in the Legion.
So here we go. I got my I'm rocking my Scythe right now.
Anima base is under attack.
Charge, which looks great. And then my spam attacks. I got a couple this character has a couple abilities from Pyro worked into my macro key. So the effects are really nice. The animations are awesome. Some of the better animations, much better than the Tactician. The Tactician animations look terrible. We'll go over that too. So we got this other dude, and great thing about this class is you can switch weapons on the fly. You start to get your ass kicked, switch over to your axe. And then if I want to, mix a little Chloro, put Radiant Spores on him, and self-heal. So we got this dude over here. Charge him. Blazing Light first as a dot. Spam away. You know, I'm not really going to take much damage, so I can switch back to Scythe and, you know, reap some fucking souls. It's nice with the flames. Man, you could, think about the possibilities of actually, like, going, like, full Necro with this as well, and you just be a Grim Reaper. I mean, that's what a Necro should look like. Should carry a Scythe. That'd be fucking rad. Anyway, oh nice, NPCs have factions. So these two dudes are fighting. This is a great ability, Tempest Winds. This is your AoE spinny attack that looks fucking nice. So these dudes are fighting, come up. Use my Lucid Slash, I can just spam it. It's just an AoE. And you can just spam the shit out of it. You know, throws out some little nice light, some numbers. This dude's back. If I want to, switch to Lightning Blade on the fly. And which I think looks awesome. It's a shame that it might not be that useful. Wow, look at this dude. I love that. I like the animations a lot on the Lightning Blade. So hit him with the dot. Boom. So he's dotted up with a few actually. And then you just do some damage. You can see I'm not taking much damage at all. And I'm not even really trying to keep myself alive. Let's see. I just love being able to change weapons on the fly. Go in, boom. Hit him with a dot. And this is your charged blade, which increases your damage by 20%. And I can tell you, it says you don't gain any charge while on this while this ability is going down. It's definitely not true. I'm definitely gaining charge. I don't know if that's a bug or if that's just how it is, but whether you gain charge or not, it is slow to drain. So I wouldn't even be concerned with it. See, I just gained a little charge, Justin, and more. So maybe that tooltip's fucked up. Well, I guess that would probably do it. That's a nice little overview of the Harbinger class. If anybody isn't in beta or just you know, just wants an idea of what's going on and they don't feel like making one themselves. Oh shit. Yeah, there's really not much else to say about the class. It's a lot of fun. I can see being a healer spec'd with the Harbinger is going to be really fun. It just changes the whole dynamic of being Chloromancer, where you can just wade into battle instead of standing on the outskirts, being upset that you're on the outskirts. So once again, this is Mobs. Thanks for everybody watching. Rift Storm Legion Beta Harbinger class preview. Alright, later on guys.